So I need to start cutting. So the way I'm going to be approaching this, so the way it's going to be almost like a freehand cutting technique. And the way I'm going to be approaching it, so I'm going to be putting the steel blade.
Good now.
Yeah? Oh, perfect. Yay! You can hear my stupid accent. All right, so I'm going to be putting, this is the steel blade, the blade that does not move. You'll see I'm going to be putting the tip of that right on the thumb. And then by extending it, now remember, I don't want to push my hand down because it's just going to like collapse the shape. So the way I'm going to be doing it, so because I also asked her if she likes almost like sporadic type curls coming out, a little bit of chaos. So she said yeah, so hence why we did the coloring technique. But also, so you'll see, I might be a little bit cheeky, I don't know. I might just leave these little bits out here. So really, it's almost like working with disconnection. Now, disconnection is where two areas do not technically meet or join. So you might even see, I might even do a cheeky little point cutting, a little bit more deeper, you know. But first, it's like building a building. You want a strong foundation first, and then we're going to be doing the decoration, okay? So moving it around, and then hence why I'm wearing a white shirt tonight, just so you can see the overall shape in the background. So that's a key thing as well, is really working through. So you can see working that graduated shape, going from longer to shorter. Now, there we go. Yeah, wicked. I'm really so excited. Like, I absolutely love doing hair. And for me, like, when we saw each other, it was like, you know, like, it was not love at first sight, you know, because you can't blame her when she sees me, you know. But the thing is, it's like, when I saw her hair texture, I absolutely loved it. I was just like, I have to do your hair. So, of course, I just went straight up to her and said, listen, can I please do your hair as a model? She says, yes, of course, Sid. And, yeah, so, and that's why it's like, sometimes that's what you need to do. It's like if you see cool people in the street or in a shopping center or whatever, you know, go up to them and be like, listen, can I do your hair? I would love to do that. Now, at the same time, it's just like, it's a great way, you know, that where you can, you know, show people, like when, like to say your staff or your students if you teach, you know, you lead by example. But also at the same time, as artists, you know, we need to kind of like, we need to feed our addiction. You know, my addiction is doing hair, you know. So another thing is what I'm doing is, so making sure that I'm spinning the chair around, making sure that I can see that overall shape. And then also, if I was lucky enough to have a mirror in front of me, I'll be utilizing the mirror a lot. Because remember, that mirror is your third eye. So that kind of really tells us exactly the overall shape we are creating. So like I said, I'm fully expanding the shape. Remember, the shape that I'm creating, I want a little bit more graduation going in. So whenever we use graduation, okay? Now, when we use layering will always create height, okay? Graduation will always create width. And when we use a one-length haircut or one-length cutting technique, it's always going to create depth, all right? So, hence why one-length bob always looks solid. Graduation, we're going to fully expand to create body. All right. So yeah. So does anyone have any questions yet? Anything I need to know, or if you want to do a little shout out?
Someone, Matty, saying hi from Finland.
Hi, Matty. You alright?
So nice to see this type of haircut.
Oh, I know. Matty, I'm so much in love with doing this hair right now.
And he also says she has such a nice hair type.
I know. It's Matty, you're not chatting her up, are you? No, she does. Her hair type is absolutely gorgeous. And so I think the thing is, especially, that's why working with the color was a key thing. So I was very lucky enough. I have a lovely, he's kind of like helping us out, like tonight, assistant. He's actually a barbering manager. His name's Sean. And what was great was that we were talking, you know, while he's been here helping us, he's like, we've been talking about hair. He's been almost like, sort of like, not going to say learning, but he's kind of understanding about certain ways we would approach the coloring technique with the haircut. So if I was going to do a complete solid shape for Niobe, if I was doing a complete solid shape, I would do a different coloring technique. because I want this to be very natural and also a bit of chaos type of the curl. Hence why I did a lot more freehand coloring technique. So, okay, I'm just going to be pulling. Oh, here we go. Cool. Thank you, darling. So here we go.
Ify is asking, is her hair clean and product free for the cut?
Okay, great question. Now, believe it or not, yeah, her hair, funny enough, right? I couldn't believe it, right? So when Nibi came, I'm going to keep on making up names for you. So when my mom, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. When my mom came in today, I'm not going to say her name anymore. What happened was when she came in, like her hair was in such great condition. I was like, oh, just out of curiosity, when did you last cleanse your hair? She's like, oh, today. And I was like, okay, yeah, because her hair was beautiful condition. Now, what happened was, so originally I was just going to we were going to film content for shampooing, blah, blah, blah. But we like kind of said, oh, would you like some color? And she's like, yeah, some natural, whatever. And so hence why we were doing, okay, we're going to use the new high lift colorer that just came out from Ford, or it hasn't been launched yet. So shh, don't tell Ford I was using it today. They might be mad at me. But I snuck some of it to use, and I used the freehand, so then we had to wash the color off because of the chemical. And then what happened then, so her hair has been totally clean. Now, I did put, okay, the 2 products. Now, after it's been cleansed and treated, I did use 2 products. So the first product here, so we used, it's the pre-curl cream, so which is a gorgeous, amazing curl cream. So I applied that all throughout. But then, of course, so in order to make the cream, whenever you work with cream-based products, I always use almost either like a liquid or an oil afterwards to thoroughly comb the product through the hair. So that's when I then use almost like the curl primer spray, which is absolutely amazing. So of course, even during a haircut, if I need to reactivate the curl, I then do a light mist of that. So you might see me do that at the end, just so I can really have a bit more like a ringlet type feeling. Now, so then I use the wide tooth comb, and then I comb those products through. Then I worked with the diffuser. So yeah, so definitely there is product in here. Then because her hair is like a sponge for moisture and like it loves products. Hence why I had used products before I started the cut.
There's another question if you want. Or
yeah, go for it.
Kenny Allen is asking. He says, hey there, it was a pleasure to watch and listen to you. What's your take on doing this with clippers of freehand?
Okay, so my take is, right now, if some of you know me, actually I'm also an Andis educator, so meaning my background, I mean, I started at the age of 14 working in a barbershop as like a little shop assistant. So I've been in the industry 34 years. So ideally, maybe I would have used my clippers first and then my scissors. But you know what, I'm gonna be so brutally honest, right? Okay, because we were shooting all day working with female hair, I forgot to bring my clippers with me. I'm not gonna lie, hence why I'm doing with the scissors. So now, because I'm doing this, so now I'll be honest with you, because I want some chaotic curl and very natural feeling, that's why, hence why I'm doing it with the scissors. If we were doing a complete round shape that was a solid feel, and I really want to create depth to the hair, to the almost like a pure afro shape, I would use my clippers only with a tiny bit of refining with the scissors. Okay, that's me being honest, the way I would approach this. Because with Niobe, I want some natural, I want some chaos. Like she's a very strong woman, and I want her hair to represent that. So that's why I want her to have the confidence, to have a bit of chaos with the texture of the hair, and so forth.
I have another question if you want.
Oh, another question. Bring it on.
So, if you create the shape today, but what happens when she flat irons the hair and the curl pattern is stretched? Would it be uneven?
Okay. What will happen is, now that's a great question. Now, also that will be discussed during the consultation. So what that means is, so I would say to the client, okay, the guest, I would say, okay, well, how do you dress your hair? How do you style your hair on a regular day basis? Do you like to flip-flop? Do you like to cheat from curl to straight? Then what you could possibly do is, naturally, I would have maybe blow dried it straight first and ironed it, and then do the cut very technical. But because we're working, really focusing on very natural cutting with the shape itself, and I want to create a natural feeling, hence why it's a really great brand representation of the products we use, because it's all vegan, all natural, sustainable. So that's hence why I'm working more of like a freehand, working with the natural texture. But if you, like I said, talk during the consultation, and then you would address, okay, how do you like to style it? Now, Niobe also, whatever, okay, okay, Niobe, sorry.
You didn't even say it right.
I can say it right. Niobe, right? Okay, so the thing is, when I did discuss it, she's like, oh, okay, I wear it natural, but sometimes she wears it in plaits or braids. All right, so for me, when I'm seeing this, like you'll see when I take the gown off, and also when I show the other presentation model, we're really trying to I really want to show the strength in women, about the power. So you'll see that we're also creating different collections with the hair when we're working with the products as well. So the first collection that we're kind of really focusing on is a lot of the, if you see here, Vivienne Westwood, yeah? So a lot of, one of I think it was like the third collection Vivienne did, it was called Punk Couture, which was a combination of very punk style, but with couture. So that's when she showcased her collection in both London and Paris at the time. So that was a big thing for her. So that's where the concept's coming from. So, but the thing is, I want to represent women to be very strong, powerful, sexy, a bit naughty, you know, but at the same time, looking very glamorous as well. So that would hopefully, that collection is going to be launched hopefully later this year. And we also have 2 other collections, one man and another collection as well for that, especially with the 4 brand. Cool, so now I'm going to be focusing now on this side. You'll see I can also work a bit more freehand like that. Then you'll see I'm really going to be, you can see kind of the weight over here, it's a bit too heavy. So I'm now going to be focusing on this side here. Now, your body position, where you stand for this, now I can, okay, if I go like this, I'm going to be like, it's going to be like doing like a lap dance on her. I don't want to do that. So when you're approaching this, okay, now, like you can go this way as well, or your body position is going to be going more like this. Because I'm trying to stay out of the camera here, I got to really be careful of where I'm standing, okay? But in the salon or in the barber shop or wherever you're working in the studio, once again, just be mindful. So since I'm going this way, now I'm going to do like almost like a backhand motion. So I can also do the perimeter here. So if you see going in, so like I said, doing more like a backhand feeling. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free. At the moment, in a second, what I'm going to have is I'm going to have the lovely Jennifer. She's just going to do a quick video of showing you guys the products and everything. So, just so you guys can see.
Someone's asking if we can see the back.
You can see the back? Yes, of course.
Doesn't fit in the
Sorry.
camera.
Her hair's too big. So if you can see here, that's the weight. So that's why I want to go with this direction with my scissors to create that graduated effect, okay? But I mean, it's like, I think what it is, it's like, I know it's like the confidence and everything, but believe it or not, you can also, just say, if you live in a small village or somewhere that maybe you can't get your hands on this texture, they do make mannequin heads that actually have this type of hair texture. So it's a great way to be able to practice everything. So normally you can see, especially here on Hairbrain, okay, they tend to work with a company called Pivot Point, and they make a variety of different type of textured mannequins, and it's crazy, you know. So it's so you can be able to. So I don't know. It's like for one of the things I believe in hair is like I do everything. So I've been doing hair for about 34 years. So I do everything: wet shaving, beard designing, hair coloring, men's coloring, women's cutting. You know, I do literally perming, everything. It's just that because I never get bored. You know, I actually love doing hair. And I think that's one of the things. It's like, if you want like a career in hair, not just a job, you know. I mean, a job is like kind of like working at McDonald's or something. But if you want to build a career in doing hair, you know, constantly learn, develop yourself. But yeah, so I'm also like kind of like a regular educator for Hairbrain. So I'm always doing a lot of video tutorials about once or twice a month, even sometimes more. So yeah, but I'm based here in Edinburgh, where do I live? Edinburgh, Scotland. And what it is, it's like I absolutely love. I love living here in Scotland, but I will be traveling. Like I travel and I do education throughout the world. So I do different seminars. But also we're launching, we have an online training program where we're actually doing a free webinar Thursday night. Which is great. It will be recorded, but if you like to, please, you're more than welcome to sign up to it. It's free. It's absolutely free. And you can sign up. Now the thing is, if you go to our Instagram page, which is Sid Sultan Academy, there's a link for it to sign up for free. So definitely, it's Thursday night, but it's 7 p.m. UK time. So wherever you are in the world, so just set a little friendly reminder. But yeah, so it's free education. It's a great webinar that we're doing. I'm going to be talking about cutting techniques and so forth. Cool. Are there any other questions, Jen?
No.
Huh?
No.
No? Is anyone else watching? Or
Yeah, there's still a lot of people watching.
So right now, I'm just doing a lot of freehand, like point cutting. And then just going to go back here. So just have to stand here. But what do you guys think so far? Are you guys enjoying it so far? I'm going to pick it out a tiny bit more. And then, okay, but hopefully you guys have the audio okay. But if you definitely do, in a moment, Jen will be showcasing, showing you guys what the product's over there, what FOR is about. Hence why I love working for a British company, because I live in Scotland, and it's all the hair color, all the products are produced here, which is brilliant. And yeah, I'm loving it.
Maria says, beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Maria. I really appreciate it. And so is Niobe, yeah, or Nokia. Was it Nokia? That's the phones, right? Nokia. That's what I'm call you. I'll definitely remember it. Oh yeah, there we are. Cool. I finally got a mirror put up in front of me. I can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, she's looking fabulous. Check her out. It's date night tonight. I'm trying not to make her laugh or smile, but okay. So as we're moving on, so in the meantime, what we're gonna do in the meantime, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna present to you, if you want. I'm gonna present one of the models we did today. So see what you guys think. Okay, come on here, gorgeous. So we're going to back up for a little bit. So here we go. So we were actually doing, today, we really want to play around with, we were testing some new colors that are being launched. Now, we were playing around with the new intensifiers from FOR. So let me just grab the shade chart for a sec. Here we go. So playing around with a lot of new colors. So as we see here, of course the yellow. All right, so we did mix it with the 1.5 or 5 volume developer, and Then we also had the copper, which is the underneath. And what we were trying to do is really create kind of like, the best way I could describe it, and I think, it's like I want to create, I'm so sorry for saying this, I really want to create something like very Courtney Love, or like a porn star look, but the day after. You know, that's what we're trying to create with the style itself, like very messy afterwards. But with the color itself, really kind of like that punk couture, where you see she's wearing a gorgeous Vivienne Westwood outfit, lovely, what's that called?
Jewelry.
Jewelry, thank you. And really just having that bit of fun, bit of glam. So even though technically the haircut is not very creative, it's a very classic look that we do in the salons, all right? But with the color and the type of styling, and even still kind of like making it a little bit messy, a little bit teasing with your fingers, a little bit of hairspray, you can really just have a lot of fun with it. So I hope you guys like that. So let us know what you think of this gorgeous look here. Cool. Okay. Thank you, Holly. I know. I'm getting there. All right then. So as I'm moving along here, because remember I'm still cutting the right side, or the left side. I don't know which side.
Left.
All right. So here we go. And I'm just gonna like kind of really just use my fingers to expand the shape and see how that's working. Yeah. Oh, wicked. Like I said, I really want to create a bit of chaos with the curl, with the texture. And then what we're going to be doing is, we're going to then maybe just use a bit of the curl spray and a little bit of some product just to kind of like tame it a little bit. Yeah, cool. Thank you. They finally got me a mirror. Oh my god. Thank you.
Afro hair without a mirror is difficult.
I know, it's very difficult. But now, so once again, guys, so the key thing is, right, now, even though theory, I am working a lot of freehand. Now, once again, go back to your theory. So working with graduation, so the buildup of weight, all right, so going from shorter to longer to create width. Now, once again, so it's all about the consultation, about the shape you want to provide for your clients. Now, once again, speaking about like also the type of styling they do. Now, it's the same thing. Now, this type of cutting that I'm doing, once again, working freehand, you can either use your clippers. Now, if I was to use my clippers, I would also, for any of the barbers out there, I would also use my fade blade. The reason why it's a very straight blade. So that's why I use my Andis ones. And literally, that's what I'll be doing is sculpting it, okay? But the only thing is, it's going to give it more of like a solid looking shape, which I'm going to be creating a lot of depth to the hair. Now, when I was doing the consultation, it was more about creating like almost the illusion of movement, hence why the coloring, and also the separation. So we don't want a solid shape with the cutting, but almost like a lot more freehand, hence why breaking through it, you know, really point cutting into it, and so forth. So, but let me know if there's any questions there, please let us know. But yeah, no, I think it's looking really cool. I mean, I'm absolutely loving it. But hopefully, what do you guys think of Holly's hair, the model that we just showed? Yeah, let us know in the comment section. I have a different voice or a different camera. He's a cameraman. His name's Sean Livingston, and he's used to be one of my students. Now he's here helping us out. So he has a very sexy Scottish voice. So please, if you have any questions, please let us know. Any questions?
No questions.
No? Oh, there we go. There. He's got like that Barry White voice, doesn't he? With a Scottish twang. Cool. So yeah, so we've been up since like 7 o'clock today here at the Ford studio, really focusing on developing working on models, testing the color, doing a lot of things. So there's a lot of big things. I was just made the creative lead or the creative director for products, and so it's just about taking it to the next level and really developing it and really experimenting and fine-tuning the products, fine-tuning, building up the profile throughout, and really just taking forward to the next level. Now, it's all about sustainability, working with very vegan, natural products, everything from the bowls and the brushes to working with the products, the packaging as well. So what I'm really loving about this is like, you can see the color, how it's working with that separation. So by using that, you can see it's like the shape, and also it's giving texture or movement to the hair. So here we go.
Miss Barbara Doll says congratulations.
Who said that?
Miss Barbara Doll.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, to be honest, like it's been such a great year for me so far. Like I said, we launched our new online program. Like I said, Thursday night we're doing a free webinar, and I'm doing more live video tutorials for Hairbrain, working with such great models, you know, and also developing a great creative team. So like I said, we got Sean here. So he's also he's a barber from Aaron Michael's Barbershop in Scotland. And they actually won Barbershop of the Year, which is great. And they also do men's coloring and everything. So I'm just going to kind of like, the more I'm playing it out, bigger and bigger I want it. And we got so many great things. What is there, Jen, am I missing anything?
No.
No? Okay. But you know, to me, a lot of this, like see me, I'm just doing like a tiny bit of teasing effect, because I really want to see the overall shape. So I'm just going to just slightly move the camera tripod just a little bit this way, because I just need to see this. Thank you. Oh, she's looking gorgeous. Oh, I'm absolutely loving it here. Just working with that shape. And I'm not gonna lie, to do this on a live video with that really halfway through not having a mirror. But now I got a wee bit of a mirror. And yeah, so I'm originally from New York, but I used to work for a company called Vidal Sassoon, and I was an educator for them at the Los Angeles Academy, also the London Advanced Academy, and also the Davis Muse Academy in London. So I've been in the industry 34 years. I was working for them for about 17 years, and it's absolutely been so amazing to be able to share knowledge and help young people. So this year as well, what we're doing is creating a really cool event in Edinburgh, Scotland, where I want to give young people a chance to go on stage, right? So it's almost like a very free event. So, but any proceeds go to charity as well. You know, each contestant, a young person, right, gets a chance to do about 10, 15 minutes on stage, right, to show what they can do, yeah? So it's really trying to give young people a chance to really kind of help start them on their journey of doing what we do in this industry. So, and that's going to be completely free. Well, it'd be like a £10 charge to enter, and then all proceeds go to a charity. So, which is great. So we have a charity in the UK, Hairdressers Helping Hairdressers. So we're going to be hopefully doing that, which is absolutely amazing. So I'm coming along here, just really refining the shape. I mean, absolutely amazing type of hair. And I just love the color, how it really kind of like, it's like creating movement and texture at the same time. Now, what you could do is as well, I can do like a little scalp massage. Now, you can do a little scalp massage. Now, the reason why is to fully expand the hair. It's almost like a little teasing action. So the clients love it. Me personally, I'm just like kind of like using it to expand, to loosen it up. And like I said, it's just really creating a little more volume to the hair. But for me, since I have the mirror, I can then overall see my overall shape. So yeah, but I'm kind of digging it. Like I'm really like loving like her, like I love the hair. I love the big hair. What they say, bigger is better, right? So it's I'm absolutely loving it. So
Miss Barbara was asking, does the model wear her hair in the natural state all the time?
Yeah, except sometimes. It's a great question. Sorry, you can see her hair moving like that. Yeah, majority of the time she does, but sometimes once in a while she uses braids and plaits, so she'll get that done. I mean, I've seen a few pictures of her on Instagram with the braids and plaits. She does look beautiful, but to be honest with you, I like it big and natural myself. So yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. But do you wear your hair mostly natural all the time? Let's do it with the hair. You see the hair move. Oh, she's not doing that. Okay. Of course she's not. But that's a great question there. So yeah, but these are the questions we would talk to your clients about. You would, talk to them about how they dress their hair, how do they like the hair, how do they style the hair itself. I mean, it was quite interesting. I mean, how often do you think she shampoos her hair? Okay, please put a number. How many times a month does she shampoo her hair, do you think? Right, it took me by surprise. Okay, I'm just going to wait a few moments. Okay, believe it or not, she actually washes it every 4 days, believe it or not. Which normally I thought she'd be washing it maybe once a month. But no, so when she said that to me, I was like, wow, that's like... It's great.
People saying 2.
Twice a month.
2, yeah.
Now, she washes it every 4 days, right? That is crazy because, now, why do I find that very difficult? Now, the thing is, remember, now, because this is like super, super curly hair, what happens is, so our bodies, which produce natural sebum, which is the oil from the scalp and skin, what happens is, on straight hair, that oil will go down like a slippery slide, okay? Like that's why with a lot of girls with finer, straighter hair, it gets very greasy. Now, with curly hair, okay, what happens, that natural oil from the scalp, when it goes down to the very ends, what will happen is, it's like going through a car park. It's going to take a while for that natural oil to really condition the hair. So the more you use a cleanser, shampoo, it's going to, like a detergent, so it's going to remove that excess oil. So that's why, so you'll see that, that's why like her hair is really gorgeous condition, especially working with the curl. Okay, moving along, get back to the cutting. So does anyone have any questions about anything?
No.
No?
No question. If you say, well, I'm only waving, I wash it 4 times a month, I thought it'd be less for more coily type.
Now, normally it is. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, and normally it is. But believe it or not, it's just like when she, that's why we need to. That's why treat each client as an individual. Okay, that's why, don't assume. So always speak to them, talk to them. And that's why I was like, I said to her, I was like, your hair's in great condition. How often do you shampoo it? And me, with my, expertise, like my knowledge, I was expecting maybe once a month. But she's like, no, every 4 days. I was like, oh wow, that's great, But, once again, that doesn't necessarily work well for everyone. So everyone is a little bit different. That's why we gotta treat your clients a little bit different, Okay, so I'm just moving along. Just seeing if there's any bits that I'm kind of like, her hair just, I love it. It just gets bigger and bigger. I love it. So, we gotta do this to your hair, Jen.
Oh, I wish.
But yeah, so I think, remember, a couple key things before we finish off today's tutorial is that what happens is, now, once again, a couple key things equipment-wise. Now, yes, you can use clippers if you want. Oh, it's over there. Oh, sorry. You can use clippers if you want.
Look in the mirror.
Thanks, Jen. Good looking out. All right, you can use clippers if you want. Me, personally, I prefer using longer scissors. Because if you use maybe quite short ones, like 5 inch or something, you might feel like it's taking you a long time. Now, Afro pick or Afro comb, and then making sure at the end you'll see we're going to be using some curl products there. Also, we can also use shine spray, and also maybe if you want to use oil as well. Ooh. All right. I'll show you the back just a little bit here. Turn your head. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to lean over you, I apologize. Just breaking into it a little bit. Whoop. I'm gonna take a little bit there. and loosening this up. I really kind of want that kind of like, so a lot of times now, the way you can also cut it as well is that what you can do is it's like almost like when you're cutting that curl. So
Pat is asking, is the colour out of Scotland?
yes, it's actually made in Scotland, so which is amazing. And it's, let's see, it's 100 milliliter tubes, which is great. So there we go, right there. So 100 milliliter tubes, and honestly, it's absolutely, I'm really pleased with it. And the good thing is, what's really good about it is, it's like it's a family-owned business, and they also have many years of making products. So they also make other ranges, which I'm not going to say because I don't want to take it for but it's they make other ranges, which is fabulous, and so they have like over 30, 40 years of experience making products. So that's why I think it's really great. And also because it's in Glasgow. I live in Edinburgh, Scotland, so it's quite nice that with the brand itself, it's vegan, sustainable, okay, family-owned business, and they actually have decades and decades of experience, you know, and it's amazing for me, you know, it's like to be able to support a local brand for myself. Now, you know, and for me, like I said, this one here, so if you see the brand, it's like right there, you know, free from, so taken away from all the harmful chemicals and everything. Now this is, I'm using the curl spray just to really almost like reactivate the hair, and then you'll see at the ends, I can also use we also have a bit of a shine spray. So now with the shine spray itself, it's really, really good for like, you know, really good for curly hair, because especially, you know, straight hair will always reflect shine, which is great, you know. Now what happens is, especially with the curls, it's going to absorb shine, all right? Hence why I use a shine spray on curly hair to really almost spread it out. Spread the love, you right? Spread the shine, you know.
Asking if it's permanent or demi-colour.
Okay, now, so...
And if it's sold in the States.
Okay, it's not sold in the States just yet. I am working on that because I want to bring it back to my brothers and my sisters all in the USA, yeah? Woohoo! So we are working on that. So if there's anyone that are looking for distribution or so forth, please let us know. But we are looking for the United States, and also at the same time, they do permanent. They also do these amazing, like, it's like, they're called conditioning masks, but what they are, color conditioner masks, but what they are is actually, I call them more like direct dyes, because what I use them for, you'll see in some new future tutorials, I'm going to be using them for creative coloring. But what's amazing about it is they got like bonding strengtheners inside, right? How amazing is that? So that direct dye, you know, especially when a lot of the punk rock girls, they'll bleach their hairs up and oh my God, it looks like, you know, it looks like poo. But the thing is, these color conditioners, they're amazing because they're very strongly, heavily pigmented, but they got a strengthening bond inside. So they're great for your clients. So you can also use it as retail or use it as a special service in the salons. So what I'm doing is just really working through, and now a couple of things is, like I said, if you want it quite big, you can use, here we go. You can also use a wee bit of hairspray. You can also just use a little bit of hairspray if you want to, depending on how big you want it. So I can also add a diffuser, dry it to make it go bigger. So yeah, it all depends really. I mean, but you know, just have, I mean, I love it bigger than that, you know, bigger, better, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. But,
someone's asking if it's possible to get samples in the UK. In the States.
In the States. Okay, let me work on that. The best thing to do is, if you want to send me a DM on my Instagram, or I would say the Instagram, which is Sid Sutton Academy, and I can work on that for you, okay? Yeah? I love my Americans. So, But I will be doing, hopefully, I gotta say, I might be doing an American tour for education throughout the United States, hopefully, maybe possibly later this year. So going from, from the East Coast, where my mom lives in South Carolina. So I'm gonna visit her first, and then go up the East Coast, and then head over to the West Coast, and maybe end up at the Federico Academy in Sacramento, California. You never know. That might be happening this year. If you do want me to come to visit your salon or your academy or college, please drop us a message on the Instagram. All right, guys. So, unfortunately, I got to finish now. So, once again, let me just take this cape off. You can actually see she's quite really fashionably dressed. And she's got a lovely Vivienne Westwood attire. And so, literally, a couple key things that really focusing on is that when working with this texture, is that, once again, consultation. So if they want a solid shape, or they want a bit more freehand, or a bit more sporadic type curl, or chaotic curl, then, of course, we added, to create texture to this hair, we added, really want to add some color. So we did a freehand coloring technique using a high lift series from 4, which was like a high lift golden blonde. Now, the reason why is just to really work with this more of like a caramel tone to the hair, to work with her skin tone. Then, last but not least, once again, so we applied the product and then we diffuse dried. Then we really start picking it out to expand the shape. Then afterwards, working with a freehand cutting technique with your scissors. Now, once again, if it was a solid shape, I would end up working my clippers. But I just want to say a big thank you to Hairbrained and for hosting us, and a big thank you to 4 Products. Once again, so you can check out these products. We are still looking for distribution in the United States, but message me on the Instagram page, and we're gonna see what we can do, all right? So spreading the forward love to the United States. And then last but not least, a big thank you to my team today. So the lovely model, what's her name? Nokia.